On my drive today, I'm going to the airport because I'm going to freaking Fiji with the GoPro creator team. How cool is this? As soon as we got there, I wanted to see what kind of cool stuff was underwater in Fiji and also if my friend Octavia had made it. I looked around to see if there was any hair ties or fishing weights, and there's nothing. Just a bunch of beautiful coral with fish swimming in it, which is admittedly really cool, but most of what I do is focused around finding things. And I know what you're thinking, just take clips of Brittany looking majestic with the reef. Well, guess who couldn't come because she's too pregnant for a 19-hour flight? That's okay, I'll just shoot these pro surfers being mermaids over here. Today I'm going diving in Fiji. The coral here is so beautiful. I've never seen anything like it. It's so full of color and has so many fish living on it. Unfortunately, Brittany couldn't come on this trip, but luckily there's a lot of other mermaids and also some mermen like my buddy Dylan. So I'll have plenty of people to go swimming with. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye. Today I'm going diving in Fiji with some of the people that make the best underwater content with GoPros. Everything we did and everywhere you looked, there was someone there with a GoPro getting the shot. The reef here in Fiji is so beautiful, so it didn't take much to get some really awesome footage just by swimming around and enjoying the reef. Then I saw Dylan trying to take a selfie through a swim through, and I thought it might be fun to go photobomb him, so I dropped in with a 360 and then crept up behind him. He didn't even notice the whole time. Then I blew this bubble ring from a crevice in the reef, and Dylan looked over at me swimming through the bubble ring and he was like, cool. Today I'm going snorkeling in Fiji with some of the best professional snorkelers in the world. I bet you didn't think that you could be a professional snorkeler, but yeah, that's us. So while freedivers are out there worried about how long they can hold their breath for or how deep they can go, we're just out here enjoying the most beautiful parts of the ocean that are only 10 feet deep. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye. Today I'm trying out a different type of snorkeling where I'm going to be hanging onto a jet ski from underwater. I'm using this wing thing that attaches to the jet ski, and our surf guide Ian is towing me around. This thing goes so fast, it's insane. I'm seeing so much ocean in so little time. This is the best. I tried to give my friend Hannah a ride, and she was able to hang on for a little bit, but as you can see, I'm taking on a lot of seawater right now. Finally, she dropped off, and I'm going back to exploring the reef on turbo mode. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye. On my dive today, I'm exploring this spot that has these tight cracks that I can barely fit into. But one thing about me is I love a tight crack that I can barely fit into. Then I found this spot that had the light beaming down from the top and these Moorish idol were dancing in the sun. It was so beautiful. On my way out, I found this spiral shell that kind of looks like the dookie emoji, and I showed it to my friend Anita and she thought it was so great. Okay, that's all the stuff we saw. Bye. That was perfect. Today I'm going diving with some of my friends from the GoPro Creator Summit, and they showed me these big cracks that we could dive into.
Man, that thing's long.
Of course, I love going into tight cracks, so I had to get down in there. When I came out, my friend Pasha was like, wait till you see this hole. And I was like, oh, that hole? Can you swim through it? Okay, I'm gonna go check it out. So I dove down through the first hole, and then I could see a way to get through the second hole from the first hole. So I kept going, and I realized I could do a 3-hole combo all in one. But was it really 3 holes if I did them all at the same time, or is it just 1 hole? I'm not sure how it all breaks down, but it was pretty cool to find some swim throughs in Fiji.
Little 3-tunnel combo.
On my dive today, I blew this bubble ring and we made sure to get like 5 different GoPro angles on it so that everyone could see that I could blow a bubble ring. Then I found this massive piece of one single coral. Wait, does anyone know how coral actually works? Is it like a lot of little animals, or is it a plant? Or like, I know it's important for the environment, but what is it? Anyways, this thing is huge and there's only 1 hole right in the middle. I was able to touch down there so I could get a closer inspection, but I wanted to make sure not to disturb any of it so that it could keep on living and provide oxygen for the planet.
level from here fucked it up, huh?
I feel like I kept it up pretty well.
I got a really good clip of you holding the GoPro out. I'm after that product shot, Monty.
Yeah.
The group I'm diving with today is like a who's who of making epic GoPro videos while freediving. There's Andre Musgrove from the Bahamas, Arianda from Gran Canaria, Josh and Rachel from Tahiti, and Emma and Alex from West Australia. Alex is a human, not a shark. I just forgot to get a video of him. It's cool to be out there with so many people that are so experienced with the ocean, and this shot is a perfect example. The shark was sneaking up on Josh while he wasn't looking, but then once he got too close, me and Rachel were both making a signal underwater so that Josh could hear it and know to check his surroundings. Usually swimming with sharks is no big deal, but it just feels a little bit different when you're in the open ocean with nothing and nobody around, and then one of the sharks is coming straight at you while you swim away. And then it's even more different when you can't see anyone in your group and there's 3 sharks all around you. But luckily I found my friends again and nothing weird happened that day.
So fun. Oh, I had 3 on me as soon as I jumped off the boat. It scared the shit out of me.
Jumped off and all the 3 went,
Oh, fuck me.
we're like,
On my dive today, I found some of the most amazing corals that I've ever seen before, and I wanted to show them to you guys. First, I found this huge, massive, like rock or something that had a bunch of soft corals living on top of it. And then there's this big clam in the middle. How did he get in there? And how does he get out? Do clams not move? Then I went to check out this cave and I realized it wasn't a swim through, so I backed out of it. And then these 2 giant fish were like on top of me. Normally it's so hard to get close to fish this big, but these guys just came up. Oh, sorry guys, was I in your cave? The coral here is seriously so beautiful and is just teeming with life. There's so many different structures and shapes, and all these fish are swimming all around it. They must really love it. I could have hung out in this coral garden for hours, but eventually I started to get cold, so finally it's time to go. On my dive today, my buddy Andre was like, hey, you should go in that tunnel. It's definitely a swim through. And I was like, oh, this spooky dark tunnel that looks like it's not a swim through and is just a cave that doesn't end. And he was like, yeah, that one. And so I went down and I was like, there's no way that this goes through and I'm definitely going to get stuck in here. But I trusted him and I kept going. And finally I saw the light once my body was almost completely into the tunnel. Luckily, there was plenty of space for the wide load of my entire body to fit through. And when I came out of the other side, I got up to the surface and he was like, see, I told you, no big deal. And I was like, okay, you're right, but I did almost think that I was gonna die in there.